It's okay. It's okay. So, thank you very much for all people here. Thank you very much for this event, Christopher and our team in LGN. My name is Rodrigo Calderon from the Institute Chile, and with me, Gabriel Calderon. Thank you. Thank you. My twin brother, huh? So I would like to introduce to Juan Manuel Jordan. He is VP of Transformation at Walpen. Walpen is a transportation company, and the presentation is about the lean transformation to build purpose and fulfillment. Thank you very much, Juan Manuel. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Rodrigo and Gabriel, the twins in Lean Institute Chile. So we will talking about purpose and fulfillment today. And for start, just a question. When you think about work, so the question is that, what is it all about? It's just about eat? It's just about survive? For sure, it's not about reproduce, but this is just a joke. But when you talk about meaning, people are more and more searching for meaning and fulfillment at work. And when you talk about the fulfillment, it's a state of being in which psychological needs are met. And most importantly, we are driven primarily by intrinsic motivation. So how about if everybody in your company, in your team, can be driven by this intrinsic motivation, the energy, the power that you can have with that? It will be enormous. When we see the evolution of work as a human race, we started as collectors or agrarian. And this is kind of fun, but the employee value proposition at that time is just survival, okay? And we want people with strength. And when we move in time, when we have this industrial revolution, people are looking for satisfaction. That's where some of the most popular employee surveys appear. And we are measuring satisfaction of the employees, like Great Place to Work or another one. So when we move to the information era, we were looking for engagement. People will look for engagement, and we as a company are looking for engagement of people, and we measure engagement. Most of the company now measure engagement, but this is not enough. At these times, younger generations and not so young generations are searching for meaning and fulfillment at work and at their lives. So rather than strength, self-awareness is extremely important. And looking for purpose, looking to find my purpose at work and link my purpose, my personal purpose to the companies is extremely important in this time. So if we look about fulfillment has great and many benefits. People tend to stay more in the companies. People tend to perform better when they are fulfilled at the companies. They have much higher net promoter score, much higher, this is drastical, between a fulfilled employee and an unfulfilled employee. And this is very interesting. When you ask people about engagement, what words they associate with engagement, those are the words like busy, active, interest, hard, which is not that good, challenges, which is good. But when you ask for fulfillment, these are the kind of word: happy, love, enjoy. Imagine that you can drive those kind of feelings in the organization, how much power you can gain on your transformation. And you can develop, or you can help people to find their fulfillment at work. You can help your people to do this. Research from this guy, Aaron Hurst, one of my personal heroes. I invite you to find his book, The Purpose Economy. So Aaron Hurst, in his research, found 3 pillars that if you develop them in the work, you have much higher chances to develop people with fulfilled people. And what are those pillars? Those pillars are meaningful relationships, this sense of belonging and to be connected. Does the people has meaningful relations at work or just work? and nothing else. So the other one is impact. Does the people understand and feel they are impacting and contributing to a greater goal, to the company, to the area, to the organization? Do they know that? And growth and development, this sense of personal challenge and the ability to overcome obstacles, not only growing in the hierarchy, but also growing as a person, as a professional. And when this happens, when this three thing happens, this magical circle starts to work. I talk about purpose. It's very important that people are self-aware. I at least have a sense of what is their purpose. When you start, if you remember LTF, the first thing is purpose is where are we going? So ask your people when you start a lean journey, ask your people, what is your purpose here? What is your purpose with this journey we are starting, with this project, with this challenge? When they are self-aware and has this focus on meaningful relationships, impact, and growth, that triggers in our brain, this is a study, oxytocin and dopamine. And that those components create this feeling we call fulfillment. It's that simple. And that fuels, again, this idea of I can reach my purpose here. And this is a precious cycle. So we will be seeing in this presentation, how can we drive forward these three things, leveraging on lean practices. But before that, I want to show you some data. This data came from a purpose index of this year, study from Almabrand. You can find the document in almabrands.com. And look at this. The red ones are, for instance, meaningful relationships, if they have or don't meaningful relationship. The green one is they have or feel that they have. Also with impact and contribution and growth and development. And here are first pillar is management, and this is non-management levels. Look at the differences. 6 times worst non-management rather than management in relationships. 16 times in impact and contribution, and 8 times in growth and development. And also, if you see the green ones, half in each one of them when you talk non-management to management. And for you, for the ones of you that are leaders and that are management, we live, I also am a manager, we live in this world. So it's very difficult for us to see this other world, to understand what they are in them. So it's very important to open our eyes to see this in our workplace. When you merge the three of those topics, when you have relationships and impact and growth, that is called fulfillment. 82% of managers has the three of those. So, and 82% is a high level. Rather, and meanwhile, at the Gemba, non-managers is only 27%. So 27% of non-management has the green in the 3 areas. And this has to change. We had to change this. We are wasting so much energy, so much passion to do transformation, to do the work, finally. And who has the power to change this? Of course, leaders. We have the responsibility, not only the power, to change this situation. And I came in this presentation with some idea trying to help to correct this. So lean practices can build fulfillment. But you know, for the ones of you that has experience in lean, you know that this can be a double-edged sword. You can have, as I call, a purposeful use that will build fulfillment, or a mechanical use that could be neutral, or even worse, destroy fulfillment. And that depends only on how leaders behave. And we will be seeing this during this presentation. First, I will see and talk about how with A3 with A3 process you can develop meaningful relationships. What specific behaviors should or could leaders do to drive this? Also, value stream mapping, visual management, daily management to drive impact and contribution, this sense of impact and contribution. in the people. Also growth and development with kata coaching. So let's go for it. But before we start, we will see meaningful relationships. And I have a gift for you. I have a gift of 30 seconds for your own. And we will do this exercise together. So if you want, if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes and think. Think about a colleague with whom you felt you could always drop your guard. What specific behavior did they have that led you to be your most authentic self? Try to recall and truly feel the emotion this person evokes in you when they do that. Try to put a name on that feeling. Sensing what part of your body this feeling, this good feeling is located. How does it feel? Okay. Did you enjoy it? You can create this same feeling on your team. Let's go for it. I will show 3 slides with the same structure, action points, applying the A3 process in this case. Purposeful use, what is the leader action and what will be the result? And also mechanical use, what could be one leader action and what is it the result of that? So you can use A3 to build meaningful relationships, and the keyword here is vulnerability. Okay, in vulnerability, if you leverage on that, you can drive meaningful relationships. And let's see some examples. For instance, when you admit ignorance as a leader and you say, I need help, that's why we need an A3. It's very different to say, hey, we need an A3. Or it's very different to say, hey, in this company, we use A3 because we're a lean company, so give me one. But when you told your people, I need help, so help me, it's completely different. That increases psychological safety and go toward and open this to meaningful relationships. I recall you to, if you think in your meaningful relations at your personal level, for sure, you are vulnerable to that person, for sure. So again, exposing reality then, exposing process flaws, not people flaws. This is a very old one. Build trust and respect for the other's knowledge. Or normalize failure, transforming the error into a learning event that will be strengthen the relation. And again, modeling vulnerability. I don't know the answer. Let's learn together. Again, it's not the same to say, let's learn together, rather than say, I don't know the answer. Let's learn together. That creates not only authenticity, it's a reciprocal trust in the team. And destroy fulfillment. You can use A3 for just the opposite. So be careful. It's a two-edged sword. All of the lean practices are two-edged swords because they have the promise, the implicit promise of this world. But if you do these ones, for instance, use A3 as a simple checklist, that will be encouraging passive compliance, not other thing. Or if you ignore the Gemba and review the A3 only in the office, that undermines respect for the worker and the insight that he or she gets at the Gemba. Or if you focus only on the status, red or green, without discussing anything else, that eliminates collaboration and leads to frustration also. And this is the worst. If you use A3 to exert control and issue orders, that will definitely transform the bond into a mere hierarchy of control. So I don't know if that's making sense to you, but when you are leading a process with an H3 process, or you are teaching someone, or you are from a continuous improvement team trying to implement this practice in your company, be very specific about these kind of things. It's not just do the thing, and the technical aspect is extremely important, how we do it and what is the purpose, what we are trying to create in the other person. This is what we are trying to create. We are trying to increase psychological safety, for instance. Let's move on to the second pillar. Another gift for you, impact and contribution. So again, practical exercise. Close your eyes if you want, if you feel comfortable with it. And think of a time you received genuine, heartfelt thanks for your work. Not from your boss, but from the person whose problem you solved. What did that validation feel like? Remember that person. Remember the face. Remember the feeling, your feeling. It is good? You like it? I hope so. So let's go for it. Value stream mapping and daily management or visual management can be a super powerful tool or practice to connect people to their own impact. And the key word here is validation. So let's see how it's done. Usually you use value stream mapping to find muda and to find waste and eliminate that. But you also can use value stream mapping process to validate the importance of every person. When you put a post-it with a task and you can link that task to the value you are creating to the customer, you can explicitly validate the importance of that part to the person that is doing that. That will be meaning and pride in that person. Or you can only focus on muda, but you can do the both. Also, you can use daily management and visual management boards as a public act of validating the team progress. It's not the same to go quickly over the green ones and say, okay, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. Let's focus on the red ones. But you can take 30 seconds to say, hey, this green one, who's responsible? I congratulate you. Thank you for this. This was very difficult. And that takes only 15 to 30 seconds. And you can foster pride and recognition of the team's contribution. Again, remember, we are trying to connect people with their own impact to create fulfillment. You can use the data to affirm, hey, this result is real. Here are the numbers. Our effort was not wasted. You can say that out loud, not thinking it only. And of course, ensure everyone owns their part of the value stream, making this a strong sense of contribution and job satisfaction. On the contrary, as those leapers guys here are suffering, if as a leader you fail to translate strategic objectives into customer-centric metrics, people will understand, oh, okay, management activities are valued over the customer impact. And maybe that's not that interesting for me. This is worst, invisible success, hidden impact in reports or Excel spreadsheets, or even worse, no feedback at all when you reach something. Sales teams always suffer of this because at the end of the month, the count goes to zero again and everything again. Just a clap on the back maybe help. When you do this invisible success, you lead to frustration. And this is very, very, I don't know, super bad. I work hard, but nobody see the impact. Even worse, nobody see me as a person. So if you do daily management, you have to see the people because if not, they will be feeling invisible. Of course, if you use as a polishing tool and who is in red, people will start gaining the numbers and you will be fostering cynicism. Or if you fail to connect this effort to a meaningful result, also a low sense of self-worth. Let's go to the third one and the last one. Personal growth. Last gift I have for you. Time for yourself. So 30 seconds again. If you want, you can close your eyes. Think of a professional challenge you successfully overcame by relying on your own stubbornness and thinking, not on your manager's instructions. What specific feeling did that breakthrough give you? Recall and truly feel the emotion this success evokes in you. Put a name to that feeling. Feel it in your body. The power. It's good. It's nice. So kata coaching, the perfect practice to foster growth. And the key word here is personal agency. Personal agency is this belief that says to myself, hey, I am the author of the solution. I am able to do this. Extremely, extremely important. So if you, as a leader, if you transfer the authority to find the solution, that builds personal agency and that belief that I just said. If you reframe the error as valuable data, that cultivates resilience and confidence. If you, this is very important, if you ensure the learner's growth links to company vision, your growing, your learning is important to the company, to the organization. It's important to me as a leader that you grow. If you can pass this feeling, this message to the learner, he or she will realize, hey, my growth is important to my boss, to my organization, not only for me. This is an important, I am important. That's the kind of profound thinking you can provoke very easily. You just have to have the focus and remember these things. And of course, focus on what did we learn after every step. So the people recognize their ability to learn as a core value. On the opposite side, like those guys here, dictate the solution. So the people will start thinking, hey, my role is just to follow orders. Or, I love this one, show frustration. I don't know if you're seeing my face or only the presentation, but if you see my face, so go like this, like, oh, I sit like this with the head. Physical movements are extremely important. That will be creating fear of failure and stop the learner for taking risk, necessary risk. So don't show frustration with a smile. As a leader, you have to smile in front of difficulties. Also, assign only easy, trivial problems. Okay, that will be keeping the people in the comfort zone, don't learning nothing. And for the last, just audit the gaps in performance that will be leading to loss of agency, the complete opposite of what we are searching here. So I have an invitation, this purposeful Kaizen, to not only adopting lean practices, also adopting them with some intention. Remember always the intention, what you want to provoke in the other person, not only what you expect them to do, what you expect them to feel while doing the thing. In that way, this transformation will lead to here, when you do purposeful lean practices, you will have fulfilled people and you will find superior and sustainable results. On the opposite, if you do mechanical lean rituals, frustration and stagnation will be the result. So, as a summary, meaningful relationships. A3, provoking based on vulnerability, make the psychological safety a reality. Impact, walking the Gemba, validating your team. That will be contributing to pride and contribution. And growth, focusing on what did we learn, developing personal agency. So we have like 6 or 5 minutes. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you, Juan Manuel. We have some question for you. Yes, Juan Manuel. The first question is if you can share a successful experience from your professional life.
I have more failure experiences, but successful experience with applying these tools. Yeah, of course. My previous work, not this one, at Komatsu. I worked at Komatsu years ago. And I remember when I reached the team, fear of failure was super installed. I was living every day. So I had to force myself to smile,
Mm.
to smile in front of uh, every problem that they brought to me. Hey, this is super good that you have this problem to me, that you bring this problem to me. Let's learn together how to do it. But I have to force myself. It was no natural, uh, and it works. It absolutely works. In 6 months, people are bringing to me, "Hey, I have a problem," with a smile in the face. But I was extremely intentional on that. That's one of some.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And here we have another question regarding if is it possible for production workers to engage in lean culture, but without financial incentive or financial rewards?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I remember the time with Rodrigo here. How was that? That like 10 years ago or 8 years ago.
And
Remember that? Yeah, in a with mechanical with technicians. Okay, those guys that fix cars after they crash. I don't know the name in English. So we work with them, and we change anything at all at the compensation level of them. I remember one time one guy from paint shop in that area. They came to me and said, "Hey, before this, I can paint only 2 cars a day. Today I can paint 3." And with a smile in his face, like the pride of doing this, zero incentive, serious special incentive, just the pride of do it. Of course, it's not that easy, not always work like that, but I have experienced many times. I have other examples on the same way. It's important. Remember when I told about the difference between management level and non-management level? We managers live in another world. We have to be very aware of that. We think that everybody feels the same that we feel, and it's not the same. People are not listened in the Gemba. People talk in the Gemba and nobody listen. This is the common thing at companies. So when you listen to the people, when you see the people, when you validate them, well, wow, incredible things happens.
Super. Thank you, Juan Manuel. And another question, we have a lot of questions here, Juan Manuel. And do you have any recommendation to guide our managers in the direction of implementing lean mentality while they will feel that it is their decision?
Tricky one.
Yeah.
I have good and bad experiences on this. The good ones are when you understand what motivates that manager. If you catch this, then you can link the practice to what is important to him or her. For instance, there are managers that like to relate with people. There are or other managers that love to learn. If you understand this, you can do that link. That's the times that I succeeded in that regard. When I try to push, nothing happens. There's like a red dragon there saying 20 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Juan Manuel. It's a very interesting concept that to share with the whole community in Lean. So it's time, Christopher.
It's time. Rodrigo, Gabriel, Juan Manuel, thank you so much for sharing.